Hi guys, Rick Goodman checking in again with this week's Northern Weekly Property News. In this week's post, we explain the many options available to first home buyers which will take effect from the 1st of January 2020. In 2019, we saw the most number of first home buyers into our market for over a decade, and with these new incentives, 2020 is sure to prove even more popular. Getting into the housing market is a point of pride for most Australians and a rite of passage. It requires hard work and even harder savings. It can take 9 or 10 years for the average household to save just the deposit for their first home. The federal government's newest initiative for the first homes buyers is the loan deposit scheme, which will commence from the 1st of January. Buyers could save around $10,000 alone in just lender's mortgage insurance under this scheme. The scheme allows for a first home buyer to purchase a home with a deposit of just 5% and applies to buyers with a single income of up to $125,000 or a combined couple's income of $200,000 per annum. The scheme will be restrictive with a property threshold of $600,000, applicable for purchase in Melbourne and also Geelong, and $375,000 for regional Victoria. The NHFIC, who are the governing body for this scheme, has appointed the NAB Bank as the first bank to the scheme, with more lenders to be announced in the near future. There are only 10,000 grants available, which unfortunately will only cater for around 10% of the first home buyers expected into the market for 2020. Other options available to first home buyers that should not be forgotten comprise of the $10,000 first home buyer grant, which is available when you buy or build your first home. To qualify, the home can only be no older than 5 years, and it must be the first sale of that particular property. In regional Victoria, the first homeowner's grant is $20,000 for a new home. Both grants are for contracts signed prior to the 30th of June 2020. The next option is the exemption on stamp duty, and this option can be used in conjunction with all options that I have mentioned to you today. A full exemption is applicable to first home buyers for new or established property in Victoria up to a dutiable value of $600,000, but it must be owner occupied. Duty concessions apply where the value is more than $600,000 but is capped at $750,000. To give you an example, if you do spend $600,000, the usual duty on that is $31,070, so that's a huge saving available to buyers. The next one is the most complicated. That's the First Home Super Saver Scheme. The scheme allows you to voluntarily contribute $30,000 to your super and withdraw this amount plus any earnings to buy your first home. If you contribute directly to your super yourself, 100% of the contribution tax is free. However, if you choose to salary sacrifice using pre-income tax dollars that your employer directly deposits, then these will be taxed at 15%. But if you're paying 30% income tax, you're still way better off. With super returns returning much higher than bank interest, this option is obviously very attractive, and with $30,000 plus your earnings, it's going to be more than enough to cover your 5% deposit on a $600,000 purchase. So then you can take the average first home loan deposit scheme as well. For more information on all the schemes, please visit the State Revenue Office website on sro.vic.gov.au and also the ATO website.